All right, how you guys doing? This is your man Bogy here. Thank you so much for tuning in to the CREW Afterhours. So your kids should be asleep because you're about to watch here. We have a lot of fun and a few bad words might slip, and that's fucking okay. It's not a problem because you know what? Again, your kids are asleep, right? Shame on you. Bad parenting. All right, guys, so we're going to start off here our first topic, and we're going to call this one PlayStation Time. So we're going to start off with JFEW sharing a little bit because does anybody else here have the PlayStation 5?
I do.
Oh, okay, good. All right, so you're going to be able to give some of that. Yeah, JFEW shared with us, I think it was what, last week that you finally received yours?
That's correct, Bogy.
All right, so I'm pretty sure the excitement of finally receiving that, it probably felt like Christmas to open it up, take it out, plug it in, and start off with the latest of the latest of technology. So JFEW, take it away, brother.
Oh man, just to be honest with you, I'm really ecstatic to have it, and really happy and real lucky to have it. My brother down there, GB, he got it first. He got it during the first wave. So
yeah,
it's such a difficult thing to get, but I got it through GameStop and I lucked out. And let me tell you something. I have not purchased a new system probably since 1990. Probably that the last system I bought was a TurboGrafx 16. When I meaning brand new in the box. Everything else I got through trades, used, eBay, all that stuff. I've never bought brand new, but I really wanted this thing. So
even the Switch?
No, oh, wait a minute. Well, that was a gift.
Okay.
The Switch was a gift. We did get that brand new. And so was my PSP. That was a gift as well, but I didn't buy it. Like for me personally, I went out and I actually got it. So man, it's just, and you know what? The PS4 was a great console, and it still is. I mean, I played the hell out of it. I enjoyed it. I love the controllers. I love the exclusives. It was just a great system. I had it for 7 years. I still have it. I retired it. I don't know if I told you guys. I started grabbing systems in my collection that were plugged in, and I retired them. But I only kept what I really like right now. Like meaning, like I put them on the shelf. I'm not really gonna play those anymore. I don't know. I just don't have the time. So the only thing I have connected now is the PS5, the Xbox, and the Switch. And then I have a little retro corner where I have my Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Genesis because I still play those. But other than that, everything else, I just, I put it in the wall of the Player One Wall of Fame. So it's there. But yeah, man, I love it. The games, they play really well. It's really fluid. It looks amazing. GB gave me a TV that's a HD 1080. So I haven't even pushed the specs of the system graphic wise, because it's up to 8K, right? If you have 8K, you can actually
4K.
Well, the box says 8K.
For real?
Yeah. So I don't know.
I haven't seen any games saying that they do.
I haven't seen any games either, so I don't know. But the box says 8K on it, so I don't know. But so far, I mean, it's really cool, really awesome. I love it.
Yeah, my younger brothers. The way we got ours is that I had told my cousin that they were supposed to, after the Sony presentation, the rumor has they were supposed to have the system on pre-order, like in GameStop and stuff like that. A lot of people went and waited, and it wasn't pre-ordered. It was actually supposed to be for the next day, but Sony never mentioned it. So they were allowed to start pre-ordering it. So my cousin got the pre-order there, but he actually had an invite with Sony to purchase one. So he used that for us to get it, so that we could do it. Because we were on, I was on a three-way with him and another cousin of mine, and we were trying to get on Walmart's website. And within a minute, it was sold out, and I was like, wow. And my cousin got one. And the other cousin guy was able to get one, so I got the invite one from my other cousin, my cousin Richie, who got it originally. And yo, let me tell you, just the game that comes with it that's free called Astro's Playroom, that shows you how the controller feels, how it works, and all that is an amazing game. Let me tell you, it's fun. It's got a AK, yeah, and it's so much. They put so much thought and fun into it for the music, the Easter eggs and all that stuff. Even the controller, when you get something, it shows you how the controller not just it vibrates when you're holding it. It sounds like it's pulling like a bow and arrow, and you hear the little sound coming from the controller. But at the same time, when you're gonna pull on the slot machine, the button actually will click. It stops halfway. And you have to push it down. It actually holds the button down. So that way, up I should say. So that way you can push it down somewhere like you're pulling a lever. So you have that feeling. And I hear this game's gonna be coming out with this, just that controller alone that lets you feel the grass or footsteps coming left and right. You know, that controller is just amazing. And their VR, what I've heard, sounds even better. It's coming out next year.
So you can actually use your the VR they have now. If you get a PS5, all you have to do is go to the Sony website, tell them you bought a PS5, put the serial number, and they'll send you a free adapter so you can connect your current VR to the PS5. That's pretty cool.
Cool. But the new one sounds amazing. Like, it sounds even better than what my brother has. He has the what is it? The Steam.
The Oculus?
Steam one. Not the Oculus. The Oculus is the one that Facebook bought. It's the Steam something. I forget the name of it now.
Yeah.
It's a Steam
So
one.
speaking
Steam
of-
Index. There you go.
Cool. So another not to piggyback on consoles, but the Atari VCS, I think it's called. It just came out, and that's another console that looks really cool and nostalgic. But that price, man, $400.
It's way too much.
Way too much.
It's a computer. It's a computer emulating video games. It's all it is.
It's Atari. It's called Atari VCS, and it was a Kickstarter, I believe. And now it's available in actually Best Buy, and Best Buy has it for $400. But I would not recommend for you to buy that. Just wait for it to go down. I don't think that's good.
Just give me all the Atari games.
Games does it have?
It has
all the Atari games,
like the ones you like, but like upgraded.
2600, the 56.
That's what's cool about it. But I'm not gonna paying $400 for that. I'd probably pay no more than $200 for that because I love Atari, but not for $400. Not for for that you get an Xbox or a Switch, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
If you're really nostalgic, I mean, you're probably gonna go ahead and dish it out.
Mm-hmm.
But,
and then the other thing that I wanted to mention, it's totally different topic, but this condo collapse thing, bro, that is really, really sad, man.
Okay, let's leave
that. No. I knew you were gonna talk about it. I'm heading in.
No, you will in the second topic. Let's finish up our PlayStation nostalgia here. So Hess, let's go ahead and interject here. What's your experiences with PlayStation, starting from 1, 2, 3, 4?
I only had the one. That was I played Final Fantasy and Tomb Raider forever.
Oh my God.
I actually
played the remake of Final Fantasy. Oh my God.
No, to me, Final Fantasy 7 was my favorite.
Yeah, I'm talking about the remake for 7.
Bogy has
I want the remake.
Bogy has the PS6. He took a PS2, a PS3, and a PS1.
Yeah. No, I went up the levels. You know what I mean? So from PlayStation 1, I ended up going to Xbox. And then was on Xbox. I take that back. What am I saying? I'm an idiot. Because we have a PS3 here that, my son plays. And we have the Xbox one. So.
And have you played the PS3?
I played Battlefront on it.
Cool.
I play. I have a hard time finding games that I used to like to play back in the day. You know what I mean?
There's one thing that I really love about the PS3, and it's that most of the games are so economically affordable.
Oh
And
yeah,
they have some good titles too. Like you can find just about any game under $10.
yeah. But I like, but like it's I have a hard time getting into the games like I used to. Like, I was big into Tomb Raider, big into Final Fantasy. Those were the core games.
You should play the new Tomb Raider games. Those are really good.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm more of a retro kind of
I
guy.
think you would like it. I mean that game was solid, and
Yeah.
yeah, I was having dreams about Lara Croft every night.
Oh, me too, man.
Is that because of the game or because of Angelina Jolie?
Both.
Well, the new game also has a movie on that one too, and it tries to mimic the way the girl looks like, what way Laura looks like in the new one.
I'll tell you the one thing I am happy with, because I've seen when it comes to remakes, and it's on I think only Xbox, right? Is the remake of Resident Evil.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
That is-
they upped the
the first one?
graphics on the first one.
Okay.
But
oh yeah. That's
yeah, I mean, the one thing I used to love, it was funny because when I first got the PlayStation, I was young, and my grandparents, and they got it for me for Christmas, and all I had was the demo disc, and I played that for a week, where it had like five games on it that you could play to certain levels.
I remember those discs.
Yeah, I played that. I was happy doing that, and then I got, I chose my games wisely because at the time. But even now, like I look at games, and you're right. I mean, you have to buy all their games, either physically or on the networks, in order to get. I mean, they're charging $60-$70 a game.
Yeah, 70 now for the new generations.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane, man. I'm sorry, that's just crazy.
And let me tell you, those games, if you buy them physically, they're really just install discs. You still have to download them, and they're
Right.
so big that people are still complaining about. I have like 6 games for the PS5, but now I have to uninstall one to play another one because I don't have any more room. And they have
Yeah.
like about a terabyte in there, so it's just like it's crazy. And they're still waiting for the upgrade, the patch, so they can use the expanded M.2 slot, so they can add more hard drive space.
Yeah,
Well, let
I
me
mean-
tell you something about that. Jumping on that, it was a freaking easy solution when I installed, since I had all my saves on my PS4 and I had a hard drive full of games. All I did was when you install the PS5, it asks you, do you want to move all your data to the PS4? I clicked it. 10 minutes later, I had my PS5 rolling, and it had all my data from my PS4. I didn't copy the games over because they were already on my hard drive. So all I did was unplug the hard drive from the PS4, plug it into the PS5, and boom. It was awesome.
So what did it transfer over?
My saved files from all my games.
Oh.
Now you got to look at some of the games. There's some games, I don't know if it'll pop up or not, because I'm not really playing it. My younger brother is, and he streams with it. But some of the games actually have free upgrades to show like a better frame rate, better quality, stuff like that. And there's some coming that are coming to come out in the future that might say, oh, you bought the PS4 version, and not the PS5, if you pay $10, we'll upgrade it for you, which to me doesn't sound great. I mean, for that, just buy the PS5 one. But
yeah, so are like all your games backwards compatible?
All the PS4
Before.
games. Yeah.
So nothing past PS4.
no.
Correct. So
I
that's
think
why-
they might be
that's
doing
why-
something where
So
they're
this
gonna
is
be
what-
able to play it like streaming or online or something like that. But
So
that's what I hear.
GB gave me a TV. GB gives me a lot of things. So GB gave me a TV.
Chlamydia.
Underwear?
GB gave me a TV with 3 HDMI ports. I have 4 consoles hooked up. So I hooked up the PS3 to the Xbox. I turned on the Xbox and I can play the PS3 through the HDMI of the Xbox. The Xbox has that extra feature. That's freaking awesome. So I have 4 ports.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Funny. Yeah, I haven't seen too many reviews on the PS. Again, also like, I don't really like the style of it for some reason. I like the original styles that they kept with the other ones, because I like how people mod the cases. Now I have seen people do like skins
all
and-
black.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But well, we'll see. It
I mean,
grows
it's
on
a
you.
big system. It's got a lot of cooling in there. That's why.
Yeah, well, that's what you're paying for too, right? Now, what is it? Are we looking at the Ring of Death anytime soon, or is that not an issue anymore?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't
Not yet.
Ring
so
of
far.
Death. What is that?
Well, I remember
Um,
how like the old systems, like the Xbox used to get the Ring of
The
Death.
red. Here's a red one. I got that on my original Xbox
And-
360.
It has a little lights on the threes, like it has little lights if they stay solid. It's no good.
Yeah, PlayStation 3 I think had, or the 4 had the yellow one.
PS3
Yeah.
had the rod, but it happened to more of the older PS3s, like the fat one, the glossy one.
Yeah,
But the slims were pretty much good after that. That's the one I have. So
Yeah, my
That's
360 Slim was the best one. That was so much
360
better.
slim, yeah. So was the 360 Bogy slim.
It went from 370 to 200, buddy.
200. That was the best one. Bogy buffet version.
All right, guys. So I want to share my experience with PlayStation. So I remember PlayStation 1, and one of the games, I mean, pretty much the game that I really hit hard was Tomb Raider, and Hess mentioned it. And after playing 80s of Atari, I've been an Atari kid and a PlayStation kid. So when PlayStation came out with that Tomb Raider, I was just mesmerized. It was so much fun. And remember, back in the day, you really did not have a really quick way of finding out the cheat codes and things like that, or searching. So how do you get past this level? You had to pretty much find out from trial and error. It was trial and error. So that Tomb Raider game, at least for me, just lasted for weeks and weeks and weeks. But it was so much fun, man. And after you conquered or figured out a certain move that Tomb Raider could do, it was just it felt really good. So Tomb Raider is definitely that first game of PlayStation that I have embedded in my archive.
What about Atari?
Huh?
What about Atari?
Atari, well, definitely Miss Pac-Man numero uno. And of course that before that was of course from the arcade, playing it on there. But I would say another one of the games was Pitfall. I mean,
Yeah.
I could play
Pitfall.
hours and hours and as simple. Think about it today. Pitfall was so freaking simple, but
I didn't know
That
what to do
time?
in the game.
I never finished that game.
You can't. I don't think you can. I was only like what, maybe
don't know
3
what
or
the
4 years
finish
old
is.
when I was playing it.
I don't know.
I don't know what the finish is,
still-
but when I play with my friends, we just looked at the score. Whoever got the best
Yep.
freaking score was the king of the day.
every time somebody mentions that name, I just hear da, 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 I just sing it across it.
Yeah, you know what's crazy though? When I was a kid, I think before I even hit the arcades, the first video game system I played was the ColecoVision. My aunt used to take care of us, and she had it. But I
I had
also
it.
played Atari games off the ColecoVision because they had an adapter they went in the front, so you could play those games. And then later on, I had an Atari 2600.
I'm surprised Bogy never played a ColecoVision. That was
That's how I'm surprised too. He's older than
Back in
we're on the same age. I mean, I
The
played.
controller was similar to like a television too.
that was like that's a console that I want so bad because I remember when I
Coleco?
was a kid, I played the
Coleco?
Coleco a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
Coleco was
Yeah.
awesome.
They were, I think, they were just
graphics
made
were
by
nice,
they were just
too.
made by Coleco, right? They weren't owned, but I think they just got beat out by everybody else
Yeah,
because
I
at
was
the
looking at the
time,
history.
they were competing with Intellivision because they were basically the same type of console, and then Sega came out. And once Sega came out, you had your 3 players. You had Sega, PlayStation, and later on was Xbox. So, but for me, Atari 2600, I love Joust.
That
To
was
this
kinda
day,
fun
I'll
for
play
me.
the shit out of Joust.
Really, I
How
never
about-
played that one.
There was 2 games for Atari that I remember a lot. There was Combat because you could do the one with the
Combat,
bullets.
yes.
It was
Mhm.
good.
That
And
was
there was
crazy.
one, I don't remember the name of the game. It was a simple little game. It was 2 frogs in a lily pad, and a dot will come around, which is the fly. You have to like jump and just like try to eat it and see who wins and not fall into the water. but I don't remember the name of the game.
Oh, that one is called Pre-Frogger.
To this day, I
Pretty
have
frog.
yet, and just me, to this day, I have yet to find a console other than 2600 that had a hidden game on it when you started with no cartridge.
Oh,
You remember that? If you took the cartridge out of the 2600 and turned it on, you had a secret like tank game.
I
Really?
didn't know
Well,
that.
the Sega Master had a secret game.
Without a
Put it on,
cartridge?
and it had a
Oh,
free
that's
game.
right.
Oh,
What
did
was
I?
it? Do you remember?
The Sega, I don't remember the game, but it was a free game. All of them had it.
Oh.
You
I think I remember that. I think I remember something like that. But
I
you
think
know
it
what's
was
so
called-
funny?
I think it was called GB's Cock.
Do you
Oh,
know that?
okay.
Do you know that
Fun to play with all day.
Sega
Oh,
was
nice.
the very
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time I
Sounds
ever
like a good
played
game.
a 3D game, and I played Zagzon 3D on Sega Master
Wow.
System. Yeah, they had the glasses and
That's crazy.
everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, you know what? Believe it or not, Nintendo had a 3D game. Was Rad Racer, which I didn't know was actually created by Squaresoft. It
Oh, yeah?
did Final Fantasy, and they did Final Fantasy because they were about to go bankrupt. They said we're gonna make one more game. It's gonna be the final game. Let's call it Final Fantasy, and it's what made them survive and became big. But one
What?
thing, real quick, a little tidbit for going back to Coleco. When the Coleco was out,
Fuck the Coleco.
Nintendo gave Coleco the right to port Donkey Kong, and on purpose, since they were porting it for all the systems, they made theirs look the best. And that was the first time I ever played Donkey Kong was on a Coleco before I hit the arcade.
Yep.
And Popeye.
I remember my first Nintendo was for Christmas, and of course, it
Yeah.
came with Super Mario Brothers. And I played that the entire weekend, and I was off of school.
Let me tell you something on the Donkey Kong game on the 7800. They say the Nintendo one is the best one, but I like the Atari 7800 one. I like the sounds and the I don't know. It sounds so like, you know, like first generation, how it's supposed to.
So
And then the newer the NES Donkey Kong game is more, you know, you got more of the NES going on there. But I don't know. That's just me.
here's a stupid question: how many of us ate the video game cereal back in the day? Like, I'm
Oh
talking
man, the
Donkey-
NES cereal.
the
No, I
Donkey
never got to
Kongs.
eat it.
Yeah.
You never, I ate the
Donkey Kong, yeah. You know what my favorite one was? Pac-Man cereal.
Pac-Man.
Yeah,
Everybody liked the
that one I
Pac-Man.
had. Yeah, the Pac-Man.
Donkey Kong, you had the
Bogy, they
little
don't sell
barrels.
Pac-Man and the China buffet.
Yeah. It was basically
but-
Captain Crunch.
But they did back in Queens, New York. We had that shit, bro.
Oh,
And for Donkey Kong, they used to have in Queens also, they used to have it was this candy. It was like, let's say it was a card back, you know, a cardboard with a plastic bulge on the outside, and on the top and the back, the card would have like Donkey Kong, and they would have these little candy that you have to like roll back and forth, so it goes down just like this. It goes down the whole thing until it reaches the
Nice.
bottom, and you eat the candy.
You know who he just reminded me of when he did that with his stomach? Hey, remember the guy back in the day that used to do the Saturday TV shows and he wore the bodysuit showing all the intestines?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, that dude.
bodysuit. Yeah.
That's what he just reminded me of. Like, you had
That
to,
creepy dude, yeah.
All right, guys. So we got about 2 minutes for this segment here. Thank you, JFEW, for starting us off here with your PlayStation 5 experience, and the rest of you guys for bringing it back. The only last thing that I want to share from my experience was I did mention Tomb Raider. I remember playing Metal Gear Solid also on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And the demo discs, I agree. The demo discs, I was fine with them. I mean, I was good, even though it was like just showing you the first level or maybe 3 levels of a certain game. I mean, I would play the heck out of them because, I mean, you know, in that time, I mean, video games were expensive, you know, they were 30, 40, 50 bucks. So I remember those demo discs, and they would come with like 10 demos. And I would kill the hell out of those demos. So that was definitely exciting. All right. So before we go
one more
ahead,
thing.
yeah, go
One
ahead.
quick thing. The first game I ever played for PlayStation was Resident Evil, and that just blew my mind.
That
and
one
when I
too.
played-
Yes.
Me
Yeah.
too.
And when I
Scared the shit
played,
out of me.
Killer.
yeah, and when I played Metal Gear Solid, that was the first game that said, "Oh my God, this is like watching a movie.
Heck
It's like
yeah.
playing a movie." I was like, "That's the first time." I was like, "Yo, that's awesome."
That scene of them in the outside and the field, and then the helicopter coming, and then they're running from the dogs into the mansion. Oh my god, that was so.
And the conversation and the acting was awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. In that time, going from Atari or Coleco or Nintendo to that PlayStation 1, those video games. I mean, it was just a brand new world being opened up for us.
Dude, think about it.
Nintendo...
We went from Pong to where we are now.
Yeah, man. To realistic, from a dot to realistic. Let me tell you this: if it wasn't for Nintendo to say, "Nah, I want to stick with cartridges. I don't want to do, media," it would have been called the Nintendo PlayStation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they were working with Sony, and Sony said, "Oh no, you don't want to do it. Okay, we want to stick with this, and we'll just do our own thing." And
one of the prototypes sold last year for $160,000.
I just want to thank Atari for making ET and wasting our time.
You know what? That's not even like people say it's the worst game, but it's not.
It's not the worst game. It's up there.
Understand how to play. It's not that bad, but if you don't, you're like.
I mean,
it's worse Atari games than ET.
It's funny you mentioned that because stay tuned, guys, because our next episode there's going to be something about this Atari ET video game. I'm gonna leave you in suspense.
Told you his wife was.
I know what it is. Next episode, we're having ET here in the studio.
Something like that. Something like that. All right, guys. So before we go ahead and sign off, let's go ahead and take our snapshot. Hey, yo, you're about to poke me in the eye, mother freaker. So let's go ahead and take a quick screenshot picture. So everybody look into the camera. Nice pose, nice face. Here we go. 1, 2. All right, everybody got your coffee mugs, coffee cups. We're the coffee mug crew. That's it. Coffee mug crew. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, and let's show off our shirts. So let's go ahead and start off with Hess. Show us what shirt you got today. All right, Metallica in the house. Yeah. GB, what you got, man?
I got a cross between Donkey Kong and the first Ghostbusters. And I still have to get the one that has Ghostbusters 2 in it, which has Vigo.
Oh, I like crossover wow, that is cool, man. All right. All right, JFEW, what you got? Wait, JFEW is frozen?
Nope, I see his cup moving.
Yeah.
He's smirking.
Oh,
he's trying to think of frozen, yo.
Yeah, it's funny. If you watch him drink from that cup, he's got it tilted sideways.
I was trying to get him.
That was good. On my screen, you look frozen. You son of a... All right, show us your shirt, bro.
PlayStation, buddy. Right there.
Nice.
I have that same shirt.
All right, I'm going to get an Xbox for the Xbox shirt next.
I'm trying to find... I got to get a Nintendo one.
I think this is GB's shirt. He left it here.
No, it would be super tight on you. All right, here's mine right here, representing Chinese Buffet MVP. That's right. You have him right here in front of you, the MVP. All right, guys, so we're about to go ahead and end this segment here. And you guys have your closeouts ready? So we can do our sign off. All right. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. Now, and I don't know if the rest of the crew realizes this, and actually this is something new, so yeah, you wouldn't know. But this right here is episode 14 of season 2. Yeah, season 2 of T.C.A. Hey, think about it. We're in 2021, and it's July, halfway through the year.
He's scamming. I'm still in season 4 of TGA.
Yeah, no, T.C.A. All right, T.C.A. the CREW Afterhours.
Hey,
so, I didn't even know we passed season 1.
I got a question about TGA that when we're done with this.
Okay, well, let's leave that for the next topic for the roundtable. But I was thinking, you know what? Let's just cut this in half. And we've had 13 episodes so far. Awesome. So this is episode 14 here, and we might as well start nice and fresh. So this is halfway through 2021. So this is, for me, it's really like a season 2 beginning. So welcome guys again to thank you for watching this season 2 of episode number 14 of the CREW After Hours. So we are going to go ahead and sign off. So take us away, JFEW.
Game over.
All right, Sgt Hess.
Yeah, Lulu's.
That's it. And GB.
Who you gonna call?
Zool.
Man, Bogy saying
Dude.
enough said.